And I'm back. Had a bowl of chili. Now we need TikTok. Now I'm gaming. Maybe race for a few. And we're back on TikTok. This could go over here. Oh, I hope that wasn't a Tycho hair. Ooh! Or worse. Oh my God. Oh, hell no. I'm not looking at my phone. My phone's over there. There's no way I'm looking at my phone. Not happening. Whatever it is, could wait. I like this kettle corn. That is good. It's the Walmart brand, but it's good. Those poor folks up by the lakes with the blizzard warning and all kinds of bomb cyclone. Wow. No bueno. What's up, Rich? You better be on vacation. Get off TikTok. Have a great time with your wife. The wood shop service, tree service right here. See all that wood I got outside? It's because of him. The best price, if you look it up, the woodshop tree service here in Orange County, hands down the best. And that's from my experience with him for many years. Many years. You're not going to get better. That man works so hard. He works crazy hard, and then he goes on, too much information, but goes on vacation for a couple of months. Well deserved. He and his wife, because he busts his you know what the rest of the year. So enjoy the holidays, Rich. You and your wife. All right. And I'm not just saying that because he's a friend, and that's a fact. That is a fact. And I still hope he stays in business for many more years to come. Because without him, I'd be in trouble. And a lot of us would be without getting our firewood, trees cut down, and all that stuff. It's him. He's the man. Rich, the woodshop tree service here in Orange County, New York. He just popped into chat. But he should be on vacation. Or getting ready to go on his vacation. So get off of here, Rich. No offense. Go enjoy your vacation. Well deserved, as I said. Well deserved vacation. And what's up to Hans? Every time I think of that, I think of the movie Die Hard. For some reason, Hans! I'm gonna game and listen to music for now. Let's get to it. Oh, we gotta make sure we're not sharing screen. I don't think we are. Nope. Good. Full screen. Very good. And I'm gonna erase. I'm not doing these right now. We'll do that. We gotta shut this off. Audio. And play my music.
A world of confusion. Is it fact or fiction? Conspiracies become the norm, feeding one's addiction, destroying credibility, erasing the stats, replaced by agendas, science under attack.
Alexa, dim living room light.
Moving in reverse, not forward in time. Information disappearing, humanitarian crime, ignoring reality, replaced by lies.
What's up, Jake?
Discern what is true or false. No communication.
Good. I'm glad you're doing good.
No more compromise. It's either win or lose.
Happy New Year.
Unity crumbles, denial of truth. Denial of truth. History replaced by a narrow vision.
I should play the other game.
Controversy.
Stop the music and play the other game I was in. Let me just do one race.
Division. Data disappearing
Well,
at an alarming rate.
your new year will happen before my new year. I'll be live. There's only going to be 3 of us. It's only going to be me, Mom, and Kendrick. But you can bet there's going to... I got to do that. I got to get ready for that. I'm going to have the camera on, just the 3 of us, partying right here in the living room with the smoke machine, the lights, laser lights, music. Oh, yeah. So after you're done with your New Year's, you can always tune in to mine. In the UK. Because it's 5 o'clock. It'll be 7 o'clock here. It'll be midnight for you. The party will just get started at 8 here, like 1 o'clock your time. Just letting you know. But I will be live for New Year's Eve. Partying. And I'm cooking up a crazy storm. Oh my God. Oh, we can't start like that. Just letting you know. And cheers to you and your family. This is hard. Oh, this is definitely hard. This is a challenge. Oh my gosh, no, I can't stop the music on a turn. No more Christmas, no more Christmas.
There's stillness in the air, snow falls on the countryside. Glimmering as it falls, snowman stands tall
Oh, I blew it.
outside. Livestock stirs quietly, resembling nativity behavior.
Wow, I can't even
Warm and glowing
pause.
within, the holiday of our Savior. Family gathering.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, do we know when it began? Questions of our origin, garden with a woman and man. Stories of creation written by global
I should write a song about the
societies,
UK.
ancient texts and manuscripts, religion of different varieties. Yes. Darwin's
My
theory
favorite
in
band is from the UK.
1959, is this how it all
Iron
began?
Maiden.
Was a natural selection spreading through oceans and lands. Organisms fit over time, mutations advance and expands.
Black
Genetic
Sabbath.
drifts in the role
Led
of
Zeppelin.
change. Will we make that leap?
So many.
Step in a recreation, evolution stage, type 2 civilization.
And definitely Shepherd's Pie. Oh my gosh. I could eat that every day.
Solar system.
That stuff is so delicious. Oh my god.
Humanity evolution begins afar. Non-human intelligence, a form of our creation, derived from an outsourced alien or interdimensional speculation. Artificial intelligence, friend or foe, technology utilized, or humanity's final blow. Pro we survive, our own instincts, a genetic code of war, primal instincts internal to our core, all differences set aside. Developing breakthrough technology, our next stage of evolution. Life beyond
Oh my.
humanity. Will we make that leap? Next step in
Cheating.
recreation, evolution stage, type 2 civilization.
Oh my god.
Harnessing energy from the sun. Dyson sphere encompasses our star. Travel beyond our solar system. Yeah.
I like this song I wrote.
Evolution begins afar. Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of my favorites actually with the beat.
In the beginning, do we know when it began?
My lyrics are pretty good too, but
Garden with a woman and man. Stories of creation written by global societies. Ancient texts and manuscripts, religion of different varieties. Yes, Darwin's theory in 1859, is this how it all began? Was a natural selection spreading through oceans and lands. Organisms fit over time, mutations advance and expands. Genetic drifts in the role of chance.
will we make that leap?
Next step in a recreation, evolution stage, type 2 civilization, harnessing energy from the sun. Dyson sphere encompasses our star. Travel beyond our solar system. Yeah. Humanity evolution begins afar. intelligence, a form of our creation. Derived
Wow.
from an outsourced alien or interdimensional speculation. Artificial intelligence, friend or foe, technology utilized, or humanity's final blow. Pro, we survive our own instincts, a genetic code of war, primal instincts internal to our core, all differences set aside. Developing breakthrough technology, our next stage of evolution. Life beyond for humanity. Will we make that leap? Next step in a recreation.
Wow, this is a long race.
Evolution stage, type 2 civilization, harnessing energy from the sun. Dyson sphere encompasses our star. Travel beyond our solar system. Yeah. Humanity, evolution, we begins afar. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
One of my favorites I wrote. It's one of my favorites. The lyrics are just outstanding.
Waiting
Oh my God.
all my life for that special person. Magic fills the air now. I am certain this is the time for celebration. My dreams come true. Will you be mine? Fire ignited within the first time we met. My heart relit with love. My body began to sweat.
Oh, get
Nerves
out of
tingle
town,
down
man.
my spine. When you touch me, I hold you tightly.
This game is
Unchained
rigged.
love, you set me free.
It is so rigged.
Forever together, this is our destiny. Never letting go, this feels so heavenly. All my life been waiting for you, my love. Soulmates forever, you are my true love. Yeah. Oh, oh. Every day I cherish you as if my final day. Always by my side, words cannot say how much I love you. You make me smile. Once empty, now whole. Let's walk down that aisle. Pledging love forever. Promise to be faithful. You at my side, your loyalty never doubtful. Love is our force that nothing can destroy. You and I forever, our lives full of joy. Forever together, this is our destiny. Never letting go, this feels so heavenly. All my life been waiting for you, my love. Soulmates forever, you are my true love. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's rigged.
Gathering together, place of community,
Oh my gosh.
a world of multi-platforms, a sense of unity, friendships established, old and new faces, enjoying festivities, realm of cyberspaces,
You can't bump them off. It's rigged. They always stay on course. This is a very difficult race.
gathering together at high speeds, people and places, many thoughts are keyed, social
creators, imagination runs wild. Artificial intelligence, information compiled. Having fun with each other, laughing every day. Speaking of Cali, Nick, or that paint a mole eye. Extended family, we come together. New friends and old cyber crew forever. We gather all together. Place of community. World of multi-platforms. A sense of unity. Friendships established. Old and new faces. Enjoying festivities. Realm of science.
Oh my God. What rigged? Rigged. You got me. Please tell me I got top 3. Yes! Yes! What's up, Cone? I won't say the rest.
Wielding a mighty shield behind a great wall. Countermeasures in place to prevent a downfall. Protective space around me, guarding against the enemies. Deception is the game played by frenemies. Honoring
I'm on
feelings
TikTok,
and
so-
energy, knowing whether to share. Trust with naivety could lead to despair. Communication breakdown, misinformation misguided. Birth of unfounded truth, scale way so one-sided. Crossing the imaginary line, no respect for another. Stones throw from a glass house, volleys hit to each other. Judgment without consequence. Are you the beholder? Negativity will not be emboldened, shielded by my armor of
Boundaries. Wow.
aura filled
Wow.
with positive energy. Back turned as daggers fly, repelling the negative vibration.
This is not ending up good.
Misery and sadism set aside. Do they
No
look
bueno.
in the mirror? Are they pleased with themselves? No empathy for those who seek hate. Empty vessel of sadistic pleasure. Deep inside the anger dwells. The importance of compassion, power of love, respecting one another, taking the higher road above. Confidence in oneself, being defining the rules and limits, whether or not agreeing, power of mind, body, and spirit. Crossing the imaginary line, no respect for another. Stones throw from a glass house, volleys hit to each other. Judgments without consequence. Are you the beholder?
conversation, revolving door of policy, creates a
What the hell
sense
was
of
that, Bigfoot?
insecurity, democratic values of attacking with impunity. Brave citizens stand united, freedom at stake. Men rise to defend positions taken at daybreak.
Wow.
Serving with honor and courage, flag waving beside. Blue and yellow in its beauty, soldiers serve with pride. Brothers in arms defending against tyranny, freedom of their homeland. Propaganda spurs conspiracy. Protecting the innocent, serving their homeland. Ukrainians fight with pride. Positions held at the front lines, international brothers at their side.
Oh, we got this. This race is almost over.
Many doubted their determination, standing against the world power. Nations join in defense, escalation appears downward. Relentless acts of aggression, innocent victims of brutality. Children taken from their land, unyielding acts of fatality. Freedom will prevail. Hostility repel.
I don't feel like a motorcycle right now.
Honoring the sacrifices of many families, reunited stability, reestablish united hand in hand. Freedom once again. Peace across the homeland. Brothers in arms defending against tyranny. Freedom of their homeland. Propaganda.
Oh no. It's one of these. My least favorite vehicle. My least. Here we go. Whoa. Wow.
Soaring above the land, grasping an olive branch, cries heard below, lowering to take a glance. Shadows of dark souls, evil intent within, flying away in despair, lamented visions of sin.
No good. No good.
Spirit reaches out its outstretched hands, waiting for dove to appear, wailing as it lands.
light turns to darkness.
Sleepless in the night, watching from perch above, saddened by its sight, releasing the olive branch, symbol of peace and love. Tears fall like rain, behold the weeping dove.
Oh, I'm not in the mood for this car. I'm in the last place.
Division reignited, social media.
I hate these cars.
The fire. Peace mothered in ashes. Smoke rising higher. Polarizing hatred. Keyboard warriors make a stand. Are these words of wisdom spreading darkness across the land? Unified voices denouncing hate, muffled by those who seek revenge. Respect of opposing opinions. Each side remains entrenched. Fueled by those who seek war.
What am I doing?
Ominous clouds in the sky. Void of leadership. All flees as it cries. Light turns to darkness. Sleepless in the night. Watching from perch above. Saddened by its sight. Releasing the olive branch. Symbol of peace and love. Tears fall like rain. Behold the weeping dove.
I blew it. iPhones suck. Bottom line. They got too many issues. It's just not that. It's a lot more than that. It's FaceTime. It's a lot of issues with the iPhone 18. I thank God I don't have one. I'm so happy with my Android. But to each their own. People swear on things, you know what I mean? You'll swear until you're sorry.
Yeah. We the tell your mother face. We gon' have the color. We gon' take it all more life. Anybody who's the top.
You have to keep the firmware updated for sure for security. That's no doubt.
We gon' have this color. Yeah.
Just because somebody doesn't own something, see, doesn't mean somebody can't do research on a product. And I got an email telling me that there are a lot of issues with the iPhone 18. And it was quite a bit. It had nothing to do with having the phone. I had nothing to do with a lot of things, but that doesn't mean I don't have to do my research on a specific topic. That would be very naive. Just because I don't own one doesn't make me unqualified to make a judgment on research and statistics and data. That makes no sense. You don't have to own something to know about it. A lot of people do that research before they purchase a phone, of all the alarm bells that go off and flags when you buy a product. It's just like anything else. All right, hold on. What was I going to do? Don't take my word for it. Look it up. I got an email that said there was a bad vulnerability and to definitely update the firmware. That came out today. Do your firmware updates because something's going on. Security risk. I don't have an iPhone, but I got the email. Because the email was news-based. For those who may have an iPhone. What is that noise?
We are Locolate. Sugar, make me hot, sweet as you can be. It's
Oh
the
my gosh.
spot. Makes crazy, tastes so good. You make it better as it should. Yeah, serve it every day. Love the way it swirls, moving side to side rapidly as we twirl. Starting off cold, your touch with its magic. Don't let it go, wasting will be tragic. You drive me crazy, can't do without you. He fills my body, you are my Locolate. Love you every day. We are Locolate. You drive me crazy, can't do without you. He fills my body, you are my Locolate. Love you every day, I can't live without you. Together we are one. We are Locolate. We are Locolate. We are Locolate. Always so smooth, you look so fine. Nothing else matters.
Oh my God, I blew it.
Feeling so good. Love how you look from top to bottom.
Oh, I'm out of control.
I am hooked. Take you to bed, ready to have some more. Don't need any covers, it's you that I adore. Never leave me alone, always at my side. Let's mix it up together, my eyes open wide. You drive me crazy, can't do without you. He fills my body, you are my Locolate. Love you every day, I can't live without you. Together we are one. We are Locolate. We are Locolate. We are Locolate.
Come on. Wow, this is a long race. Yeah! That one turn all the time.
18 light years away,
Closest to our solar system, dwarf star GJ251, cool and small in size. Super Earth, newly discovered, exciting, led to possible life existing in the habitable zone. Presence of liquid water and ice, witness of a star's bubble influenced by the planet's gravity. Data from telescopes worldwide, spectrograph searching anxiously, web too far to detect an atmosphere. Future telescopes may detect habitable worlds. Observatory, new generation project detected far away. Candidates appear in our sky, searching for a new home. Some may wonder why we cannot survive forever. Earth will in time be no more. Exosolar displays potential. Hope for humanity restored. Breakthrough travel now envision.
Wow.
Traveling vast distances. Ability to reach the stars. Overcoming political grievances. Global community working together. Science leads the way. Society's differences now respected. New voyages launched every day. Glancing behind through portals. Blue marbles appears. Witnessing her last gasp of life. The end of Earth is near. Looking ahead to the new world. United as one community. New stage of evolution. Resurrection of humanity. Detected far away. Candidates appear in our sky, searching for a new home. Some may wonder why we cannot survive forever. Earth will in time be no more. Exosolar displays potential. Hope for humanity restored. 18 light years away. Closest to our solar system, dwarf star GJ251, cool and small in size. Super Earth, newly discovered, exciting, led to possible life existing in the habitable zone. Presence of liquid water and ice, witness of a star's wobble influenced by the planet's gravity. Data from telescopes worldwide, spectrograph searching anxiously, web too far to detect an atmosphere. Future telescopes may detect habitable worlds. Observatory, new generation project detected far away. Candidates appear in our sky, searching for a new home. Some may wonder
Oh, come on.
we cannot survive forever. Earth will in time be no more. Exosolar displays potential.
Oh my God, I'm blowing it.
Hope for humanity restored. Breakthrough travel now envision. Traveling vast distances. Ability to reach the stars. Overcome political grievances. Global community working together. Science leads the way. Society's differences now respected. New voyages launched every day. Glancing behind through portals. Blue marbles appears. Witnessing her last gasp of life. The end of Earth is near. Looking ahead to the new world. United as one community. New stage of evolution. Resurrection of humanity. Detected far away. Candidates appear in our sky, searching for a new home. Some may wonder why we cannot survive forever.
Oh, he hit me.
Earth will in time be no more. Exosolar
Now I'm out of control.
hope for humanity restored.
Earth evolution is outdated. Tribalisms are formed. Wars and disease spread their
They
toxicity.
never go off track.
Planet
Ever.
slowly warms. Flaws of human condition a need for hope and prosperity, science and technology, advancements for humanity. Regardless of political views, the path forward is clear. Global unity free of barriers, transpartisan future is near. Creating solutions with policies, improving the human condition, achieving a new course in evolution, a bright future for civilization. Significant life extension, progress of science and technology, cultural and societal acceptance, harmony for all humanity, threats reduced to our species, removal of wars and disease, achievements through transhumanism, humankind finally free. Individual privacy and liberty, tolerance and inclusivity reign. Technology used for progress, improve the human condition. Opposition of nuclear weapons, seek multilateral prohibition. Environment preserved through science, all species thrive collectively. Evolving through genetics, societies boom respectively. A new age for the ecosystem, endangered life stimulated in rebirth. Transhumanist set the course, a new age for planet Earth. Significant life extension, progress of science and technology, cultural and societal acceptance, harmony for all humanity, threats reduced to our species, removal of wars and disease, achievements through transhumanism, humankind finally free.
God, is this race long?
The sun is rising over the roaring sea. Glimpse of our innocence. We are the powers to be. Climate at a boiling point. Literal or figurative. Swimming with the riptide. Choosing the alternative.
Those decide our fate with no care or consequence. Dank smell of low tide. The odor seems ominous.
Oh no.
Storm clouds around us. When we recede, a glimmering sign of hope. Future we believe.
We will not repeat or ignore the past.
Yes.
Power of love,
What a
compromise
race.
at last.
What a race.
Division has fallen, unity has set us free. Never looking back.
That's your opinion, see? The iPhone 18 Pro is coming out soon. Everybody has their own opinion. I think Apple products are trash, personally. Macs and the iPhones, because I know a lot of people, I can call somebody out right now that had an iPhone, said I had to trash it because it's garbage. It depends on the person. Some people are addicted to them. Some people are addicted to Androids. To each, like I said, to each their own. Doesn't mean I'm right, you're right, anybody's right. It's personal opinion. That's all it is. That's the bottom line. So, you think it's way better? I think it's way sucky. And the things with Safari as their browser, I know. Do you realize how many people I work with trying to stream on their phones to do the station on their iPhones, and it is an absolute nightmare for me to try to get their iPhones to work properly, to use it to stream doing a show. It is my absolute worst nightmare when I'm dealing with people with iPhones or Macs because of that stupid Safari. They got to download Google Chrome. They got to do this. Their audio is terrible. Tying in a microphone, tying in earbuds because they think they could just use it to stream. It doesn't work that way. From a production standpoint, the iPhones are trash. And the Macs, trash. Worst. How do I know? From years of experience doing what I do in this chair, producing shows. When anybody has an iPhone or a Mac, it is my absolute worst nightmare. Because now I got to tell them you can't use Safari. You got to download Google Chrome on your phone. You got to do this. Oh my God, it's just horrific for me. That's what I'm talking about. From that point of view, I don't have those problems with people with Androids and Windows. Only with the Apple stuff. Only. I can call hosts on this. I can call Amanda. I can call people right now, and they'll tell you what a nightmare it is for iPhones or pads or Macs. It is my absolute worst nightmare when it comes to using it to stream. Oh my God. The last thing I want them to say, I got an iPhone. Then I got to explain all the steps they got to do to make it work. It's a nightmare. That Safari is garbage. It's trash. That Safari is trash. So I got to go through so many things when anybody uses an iPhone. And that's just from a production standpoint. Sitting in this chair for over a decade. Do all the iPhone models and Macs and everything else. It's horrific. But again, that's just my personal experience dealing with these people using these freaking devices. So, it is not way better. It has its flaws. Like everything else has a flaw. It just goes without saying. That Safari is trash. What's up, Nick? And like I said, go to your iTunes, download Google Chrome. That's the first thing I tell them. Download Google Chrome. It's not going to work with using Safari. He even said it. Nick says, Safari is trash. Safari is trash. Because you got to remember, if it's a Google product, a Windows product, they don't have access to that. You must download that on an iPhone. I cannot tell you how many horror stories and the worst thing is, like, because I do show to show to show, back to back to back. I have literally 6 minutes to start the next show, and the person's in there with an iPhone, and they can't figure out how to make it work. I have to have the host give me their phone numbers to work through it on the phone and tell them all the steps they have to do in order for it to work. Do you realize what kind of a nightmare that is for me? It's an absolute production nightmare when I'm dealing with somebody using a Mac or an iPhone or a tablet. It is my worst nightmare as a producer sitting in this chair when they're using those devices. You have an iPhone and Safari has a bad layout. And that's why I tell people, get Google Chrome on your iPhones. Install it. Then it makes the phone a lot better just from that alone. Oh my God. But again, you know, I don't play with my phone much. I really don't. I'm actually not like one of these phone people that are on their phones all day long and play with their phones. And I mean, I got an alert today. This is how it all started. And it was in an email. because of the iPhones, and you definitely need to upgrade that firmware, like he said. That was true because of security vulnerabilities. Where is the iPhones made? Mostly. Ask yourself that. Now, South Korea is responsible for a lot of the Samsung products. Where's the Apples being made? Answer that question. And you don't think there's vulnerabilities within this? Nope, wrong. This has nothing to do with Windows. This has to do with StreamYard. It's not a Windows issue. This is StreamYard. And StreamYard does not like iPhones using, it doesn't like anybody using anything. I can use Firefox, Opera, because I have a lot of browsers. I hate using Edge. That's a Windows product. Edge is a Windows product. Google Chrome, Brave, they all work. Those are not Windows. Those are outside browsers. Safari's trash. It's one of the trashy ones. It has nothing to do with Windows. It has to do with what StreamYard likes to use for streaming. So it is not a Windows thing. It is a Safari thing because their browser is so putrid, sucky. It's really trash. It's Safari. It is trash. It is not a Windows thing. The iPhone 18 Pro has been affected by critical vulnerabilities, particularly related to the WebKit browser engine, which could allow attackers to execute arbitrary code simply by visiting a malicious website. This is just some of it. Apple has released security updates to address these vulnerabilities, so it's important to install updates promptly to protect. Some of the issues include, because it's not limited to that, and there are websites actually talking about this. And it's the iPad operating system. It's the 18.6. And they even have it on the Apple website. And you better update that firmware. I'm telling you that right now because it seems like Apple has a lot of problems. And it's the FaceTime. It is photos. People can access your photos. It's all about the code. So that's why that firmware is so important. Here's some of them. Flooring WebKit allowing arbitrary code execution. Attackers can run their own commands. Oh, that's lovely. Can be exploited to malicious websites. Update immediately. Install the latest update to protect against these vulnerabilities. Enable automatic updates. So be cautious with links. Everybody should be cautious with links. And there are so many more vulnerabilities. I'm sure there's plenty with Android too. But it was the email that I got that freaked me out against it. And I told everybody this morning about it. Apple recently addressed two serious vulnerabilities in its iOS software that could potentially affect devices like the iPhone 18 Pro. These flaws were exploited in targeted attacks, allowing attackers to execute arbitrary code. And this is just another one. Apple supplier targeted in cyber attack earlier this month. So good. They are constantly going after the iPhones.
Hello?
What?
You know, I'm planning to go to Kansas City, man. I gotta get my new boots and everything.
What are you talking about?
Because with the hat. I'm a cowgirl.
Oh, Jesus, Ma. There was a cyber attack on Apple. One of Apple's Chinese assemblers suffered a significant cyber attack earlier December.
Why?
China. That's what I'm talking. See, the Samsungs are South Korean. The China part of this whole equation for iPhones makes it so vulnerable. Just like the complaints about a certain platform. The cyber attack may have compromised sensitive production line information and manufacturing data linked to Apple. And the scope of the breach and its operational impact is unclear. Sources quoted by Digitimes indicate that the issue has been addressed, but that the internal evaluations are ongoing to determine whether there were losses or disruptions tied to the incident. The specific company targeted is not disclosed. Clients such as Apple typically initiate internal risk assessments to determine the severity of such breaches, the type and volume. And it goes on and on. And it's that China connection. It is that China connection.
What happened with the China?
Nah, nothing.
No, because there was a guy talking in China in a TV to another person.
Oh, that's different, Ma.
Oh, I hope they didn't hurt him because he was.
No. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. 2 days ago, Fox News. It's iPhones. It's really bad.
Who's this guy?
And it's 2 days ago. Look at that. iPhone users more prone to scammers over Android. Am I not saying this?
Can I get one of those scammers?
And it's because Ma, please, man.
The scammers, so they don't have nothing
So,
else to do, so I could beat the shit out
You
of
can
them.
believe what you want to believe, but when you do the research and you see the extreme vulnerabilities with iPhones over Android, you cannot defend if you don't do the research and find out the information that's critical to what's going on. And it is that China connection. There's no doubt about it. They want you to have all those iPhones. They know the code. So do the hackers. So if you're comfortable with it, go for it. The company describes the activity as an extremely sophisticated attack aimed at specific individuals. Of course, Apple's not going to identify specifics because that's not a smart idea to do. So the main thing is with an Apple phone, just keep your firmware constantly updated. That's my best advice. They break down the vulnerabilities. Look at this, though. According to Apple Security Bulletin, the flaws were abused or on versions of iOS released before the iOS 26. And they were targeted to limited, specific target individuals. So they keep releasing the patches. According to Apple's advisory, affected devices include iPhone 11 and newer models, multiple generations of iPad Pro, iPad Air from 3rd generation onward, the 8th generation iPad and newer, and the iPad mini starting with the 5th generation. This covers the vast majority of iPhones and iPads still active in use today. This is wide scale. Wide scale. Yep. This is common sense. But you have to see vulnerabilities in that FaceTime. That was another one that I was reading about. This is scary. And people use that shit all the time. And it's not good because I got the alert for that too. That's one thing, but that's recent. Apple FaceTime password disclosure vulnerabilities. They say they fixed it. This is old. It's constant. The iPhones are constantly. More than Android. Look at this. Recent vulnerabilities in FaceTime have allowed attackers to potentially spoof caller IDs and unintentionally reveal password fields during remote control sessions. Apple has addressed these issues in the latest update, emphasizing the importance of keeping devices updated to protect against such vulnerabilities. This is not good. And a lot of people use FaceTime. A lot of people. And it's also about photos. They can take your photos off your phone with code. They could take your... There's so many vulnerabilities, it's not even funny. So many. Look at this. Look at this. The government spyware has a new target, and it's FaceTime. This is today. This is the thing I got in my email. This is today.
Are you talking to me?
I'm not talking to you, Ma.
Oh, no, because you know what? I need some hot dogs for Tycho, man. And I want to feed him, man. What's wrong with that, man? You want to do anything
So,
about it?
Ma, stop, please. This is
When a
not
person is
good.
bored, they do anything.
They always update because they're always getting attacked.
Yeah, Tycho.
They're always doing patches because they're constantly under attack. Apple. And it's all the devices.
So why don't they use...
Mom, please, I can't talk and hear you at the same time.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Um,
Daddy, I want to play.
and it's all over the place with Apple.
Daddy, I want to play.
Ma, stop.
Daddy, I want a piece of the apple.
And this could go on and on and on. And remember, even that article, Androids are safer than iPhones and are less vulnerable to attack. Fact. So you can argue whatever, but you got to do the research and look at what's going on and then make a judgment. Because right now, they are, I don't know what it is about the iPhones, but the iPhones are under serious, constant attack and vulnerabilities. I don't know. And you do, like Nick says, regardless of what you do on your phone, you have to be careful opening emails, links, anything, because that's how they get in. Even on your laptop, PC, Mac, same thing. It's common sense.
But there should be something to stop that. Like cops, I mean something, because that's not good.
But you know, people like, I wear Nike sneakers. That's all I wear. Because that's all I've worn for many years. Am I gonna buy Adidas? No. Because I'm a Nike person. There are a lot of people out there that are iPhone people and they know nothing else. Like I'm an Android user. I know nothing else. Because that's what we like. But to say that is actually naive, because like he said, Caesar said, but you never had an iPhone. I know many people who do, and I can call my boss right now. He goes, I hate iPhone. I got my Android. I will never use iPhone again.
Well, that lady's fat. She should lose weight.
1 billion, look at Forbes. This is an older article. 1 billion people affected. Here's an article. Plain and simple. iPhone versus Android. iPhone users more reckless, less protected online. There's so many vulnerabilities that they use their devices. They don't know that what is on their phone that's been compromised if they didn't do their security update, because you have to constantly do it on an iPhone. You're left vulnerable. That's the problem. And this is an older article. The smartphone wars have a winner, and it's Android. And this has to do more with security. Not about the actual performance of the phone or the engine on the phone, or the apps available on the phone. It has to talk about the vulnerabilities, security issues. iPhone's a mess. What'd you write? The one thing I hate about Apple is their MacBooks and Macs. I hate their operating system. I'd rather use Windows. I say that too because, again, people have Macs, they swear by Macs. People have Windows. I can't. I'll tell you right now, there are a lot of issues with Windows. Oh my God. But every time I'm dealing with somebody on their Mac and I tell them share their screen and I don't see the way the layout is on Macs. Ugh. You gotta remember, I do this every day for years, working with people. It's a nightmare. It's my nightmare when somebody tells me they're using a Mac or an iPhone to do streaming. That's my main thing, the streaming aspect. Yeah, you don't like their layout either? It's like, really? But like I said, people swear by it. And like I said, that's their opinion. That's their choice. It's all about choices. And that's what it should be about. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? If you're happy with it, then you're happy with it. As long as you're happy. It's all that matters, really. Actually, I can't show you something on the screen because I'm not allowed to on TikTok. But I use certain things on my PC. It comes in a package. Separately, they cost a lot of money, but my subscription was coming up. I've had this for many years, and it's never let me down. And it just got renewed for $30 for all of them. And usually that cost me over $100. It was a Christmas sale. I was like, oh my God, this is great. And it's good for 3 licenses, so 3 devices, which I got to do on the other computer. But it works great for me. And that's IOBit. IOBit. So IOBit. And there is a lot there. So, like one of them, and I'll show you a real-time scan. Who is messaging me like a crazy person? Well, I'm not getting up anyway to look at my phone. So my phone is not in front of me. It's over there. This is one of them that comes in that package. And I do this every day. And I run this full scan. And it just doesn't have, this is just one piece of everything. It has a dry booster, malware. They all run separately. Defrag. I have a bunch. I've been using this for years, and I've never, ever had an issue with my PCs. Ever. Using this. Look how many privacy traces. This is very thorough. And like I said, this is just the system care. There's a malware. There's a driver booster. There's a defrag. There's a bunch of different stuff that this thing has. And I'll tell you, I've been so happy with this product for almost a decade. I used to use System Mechanic, but System Mechanic had bugs. Then I found this. I was like, oh, and this I've had it ever since. Let me see who's trying to drive me crazy on the phone. I know. I mean, really, who's driving me crazy? I'd like to know. Oh, that's a friend. I haven't talked to him in a while. Check this out. A lot means a lot if you could share. Comment, maybe you like the video. Go like and comment. I appreciate y'all. We're planning to come to New York, but we don't have a record label out there wants us to come to Brooklyn. Keep me posted. I will check it out. He's messaging me. Oh shit, it wants to update a new version. Oh, it's adding. Oh, that's Audacity. See, it's updating my software in the background now. See, updated. It's actually doing it right now. It's actually updating stuff that's outdated. Oh shit, John called me. Yeah? Not that John. John Burroughs. What's going on?
Are you at home?
Yep.
Okay, I just shut my computer down. I gotta go feed the cats. But I was calling.
That's an important call.
What, you fix the computer from here?
No. I actually do help people go into their computers using TeamViewer to help them clean up their mess. I've done it for quite a few people. And they get so happy because I clean it up.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, I love that.
All right, that's clear. That was my friend. He's a rapper in Kansas City. He's coming in May to go to a studio. A record label wants to sign him and go to their studio in May. And it's in Brooklyn. But I told him, because, you know, they're kind of tight on cash, it's him and his girlfriend and his manager. I told him they could stay here for a few days if they want to do it and travel to the city. He said they would love that. So they save money paying for a hotel or something. You know what I mean, Ma?
Yeah, sure. Anything.
So that's pretty cool. That's who was messaging me like crazy. He's got a song out right now. He said for me to play it. So if I do it on the messages, I should be able to play. Okay, he was messaging me on Messenger.
To always have good friends and good people.
Well, I was close to his father.
Yeah?
His father used to be here, and then things happen. Let me see what this sounds like. All right, Ma. This is his music. I forgot he plays guitar too. There he is.
Out here in the field, search for reals and playing ball. But I got hella different demons for no reason, please get them gone. That type of shit, the rich got life, you don't got pipe, don't get involved. Cause I just see the ones I love start suicides with pressure call. Have a flashback and talk about Snapchat, I can't fall asleep. Yeah, I've been dreaming off the woods and dreams so it get hard to breathe. Searching for peace. Hold on, I'm gonna speak some real shit. Pause the beat. Point blank walk down, put the V in park, and then get out on feet. Been lost some loved ones, it'd be hard to comprehend that that's your real. Where that switch at, I can
I'll help him with the beats.
Mama said chill out on that. All that fast life shit gon' get you killed. Like what you know about trying to break outside the box to touch a mill. Plus I've been out here in the fields.
I could think of a good beat with that. On the drums. I could put a nice beat to that. He's been through a lot. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna put a drum beat to that. He's been through a lot. Yeah. He's got to be like 22 now. I know his father for like 8 years. And then he passed. And the son knew I was close to his father, and then he started to communicate with me directly. Because there was a bunch of us that were close with his father. Me, Amol, Justin, there was a few of us. Wow. And he knew that. And then he signed on to with his father's accountant. He told us what happened to his father. We were like, oh my God. And yeah, he's been like our adopted son between us. That's a true thing. And that's what you do. You're there for them. And his mother, too.
His mother was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God at least he still has his mom. But it's sad. But anyway, getting off this whole iPhone thing. Oh my God. Like on here, I don't use the internet browser that came with the app, with the Android. I installed Firefox and I installed Google Chrome on this too. I don't like their browser either. At all. So I can pick on this phone forever too. It just did an update. It does it automatically. So I get auto updates and it'll just install it. I don't know if the iPhone should be able to do that too, right? I would think. Auto updates? Or do you got to manually install them? That would stink. With all the updates they do, your phone will be updating by itself every day. Oh my God. Oh, you can't have it auto update? Same thing with these. And now they got this thing, Gemini. I hardly ever use it. I even forgot how to use it. So for Christmas, New Year's Eve, I went shopping today. For some reason, the Walmart, let me see if it's working. The Walmart site was down. Everything showed out of stock. I can't show it on the screen because they'll think I'm trying to sell something.
They sold out. Everything, people went there shopping.
I'm going to see if it's up and running again. Everything said out of stock, out of stock, out of stock.
Well, that's what it is.
But it wasn't. I went to the store and I bought what I wanted. That's why I told you this morning I had to go to Walmart personally.
They say that because people probably will come in.
No, Mom, no. It's still doing it. It's still saying every item is out of stock. The website's... Oh my gosh, she's not listening. They had this stuff. I bought this stuff. And on the website it says everything is out of stock. Their website is down. It's showing everything out of stock, everything.
So I feel sorry for Walmart because they're going to be losing money. When people are going...
All right, Mom, please, you're giving me a headache.
Well, this is the time that Walmart will make money. Everybody.
Oh my God.
Taking away that money for Walmart to do.
I'm getting a headache. Maybe my cap is too tight.
You give me a
Who won last night, by the way? The 49ers or the Bears? It's working for you? Over here, it's not working. And I tried multiple browsers. Oh, they did?
I gotta do my nails.
The Eagles beat the Bills. The Bills look terrible.
Oh my God, look, Mario Lago with Choncos. That's his house.
Why would I change my store location if I get a delivery from the one nearby? They're not going to deliver from another store too far away. This, it's not like the Walmarts are close here. They're far away from each other. I wanted a delivery. I have Walmart Plus. I should just try it for... I don't want to, because then I got to redo the settings. I don't want to go through all that. But, so what I'm making for New Year's Eve, I would have to use a different browser that I never use for Walmart. And I'm going to use Brave.
What are you making?
I don't think I'm logged into Walmart on Brave. Nope, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, God. Let's go to Fishkill.
Fish kill, look.
No, I'm curious that he said.
I'm not going to know what that.
I'm not saying that. I just want to see if they're showing stuff available to buy.
Fish kill, I give it to Walmart. I don't think
It's a good idea. Because if it could be a store thing. And it is a store thing. Because on Fishkill, everything's there. I see everything. And they will deliver from that far to here.
because they're done broke.
It's not that far. It's like over the bridge, 15 minutes. So they would do it.
They will Walmart.
Yes, Walmart and Fishkill. They would deliver here.
Fish kill will be able to come here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna help everybody. So they can make their money. They have family. They have bills too, everything. We have to help everybody. A little bit here, a little bit here. At least we do something for the companies and the people that are working and all that stuff.
All right, hold on, man.
A lot of good things are happening in the Middle East. We have peace in the Middle East, and we're going to try and keep it that way. I think we will be very successful in keeping it that way. And you've been a great friend, and I've been a great friend to you and to Israel. It's been my honor. And the award that I was given was really surprising. And
Of course, the
very
suck
much
up.
appreciated.
Of course.
Well, President Trump has broken so many conventions.
I can't even listen to it. It makes me puke.
Maybe, it was right after all. So we
Oh,
decided to break.
just give him gifts, give him awards, give him medals, so you can convince him how much you love him, so that when you ask him to do something, he'll probably do it. That's what they do. But that's the truth. That's what they do. They suck up to him to get on his good side, so then he's nice to them.
Yeah, very nice.
They're playing him.
Yeah.
And it's so ridiculously naive
Then in the
that
United States for this to happen.
he falls for it.
My God. This could become a communist.
Oh, I was surprised when you gave me that gift.
Oh my God.
I'm sure they weren't surprised. They had it all planned to get on your good side, to butter you up.
That's a cycle.
Because everybody knows if you butter you up and tell them you're the best thing ever born in God's creation, you'll get your way. That's where we're at.
That's where we are, baby.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I wish they could make like a...
It's like giving a kid a lollipop.
Well, we want to send...
For real, no, Mama, it's like, it's so ridiculously naive.
What I wanted
What's
to
up, Dylan? Just give him a lollipop.
Yeah, and then give him the astronauts.
Or a beautiful painting of him.
Yeah, oh, he'd be so proud.
Oh my gosh.
You know Trump's mouth? It's the Trump's mouth looks
I forgot that I cut down that big tree branch that fell on our shed. It was an avocado tree.
Yeah.
You found 2 good sized avocados. Oh my gosh.
You know what
I can't even watch it. It makes me cringe to watch. It's cringeworthy. Yeah, guacamole. Oh, that's the avocado as well.
hot sauce.
Like I made chili last night with white rice, which I'm gonna have soon, because I have not had. Oh no, I had a piece of cheesecake today, a really small piece of cheesecake with strawberry pie filling on top.
Can I say this, Billy? I will get in trouble.
Oh God, what? No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm on a certain platform. You can't say anything. You can't say anything. I'm telling you, your mouth
Okay.
needs soap. Lots of soap.
Okay, Trump is not.
Mom,
Okay.
I said no.
Say nothing.
I said no. It's going to be like when, do I have to get some soap? We have plenty of soap.
No, in it, his mouth looks like this.
Oh my gosh.
His mouth,
Soap.
his mouth
Mom.
is like his ass.
Anyway, going back to what I'm going to make for New Year's Eve. And it was actually surprisingly cheap. I couldn't believe it. It was the one thing I was shockingly surprised at Walmart that it was cheaper than I expected. The first time, other than the potatoes. I couldn't believe it, how cheap it was.
Just say it.
The boneless pork tenderloin. I bought 3 of them. But they're halves. But still, they were great price. 2 something per pound. That is a great price. For pork boneless tenderloin. Do you know what a tenderloin is? Have you ever made it? I take all the fat off. I trim it down.
I'm a vegan.
I put it in a tray.
I don't eat that.
And I season it up, of course. But then I put potatoes peeled on the side all around.
Oh, that's gonna be good for that.
And I roast it. Then when it's almost done, I put sauerkraut all over it. Oh my gosh, this tastes so good. My mouth is watering. I don't know if I have a pork loin recipe from the past. I doubt it. Maybe I should for this one.
No, I think like the Spanish people put it. I think so.
And I'm going to make Spanish rice with coleslaw
I wanna
for,
say you
for
have
New Year's
to
Eve. Then I got a good supply of Moon of the Blue.
Yeah, so,
I can't say what it really is.
oh, so you're going to the moon.
No, you're going to be going to the moon soon. Like
Yeah,
Alice.
I'm a toughie. I'm tough.
And it's probably going to just be Mom, Kendrick, and I for New Year's Eve. But you know I'm streaming it.
Too bad that the people that went back to Pennsylvania.
They can't make it. They got things going on in the house.
In the house,
Yeah.
Oh.
So my mouth was watering just talking about. I don't know if I have a recipe. I may. I don't think I've ever done my pork live.
I don't eat chicken. I don't eat pork.
Shrimp fried rice, chicken fried rice,
They kill
chicken
them.
soup, mofongo.
They do
Nope.
it.
Have you ever seen my shrimp fried rice? Oh my God, with brown rice and all that. Oh, it's so good. Oh. My friend Chris had that one time when he was here. He ate it. He couldn't even wait. He ate it before he even got home. True story. Let me switch accounts. Maybe it's on the other tube of the U. I'm shocked that I don't have a pork one.
I want to clean the front. Because the cats, I don't want them to go through that snow. Where's the shovel, Billy?
Ma, there's no snow outside. The rain washed
There is
everything away.
snow in the walkway because the cats are
The
there.
shovel's in front of the house.
Thank you. That's all I want.
In front of the garage.
That's all I want.
Nope. I never did a stream about the pork. I'm shocked that I never did a recipe with my pork. I will for New Year's Eve. I'll film it. It is delicious. It is amazing. I don't eat anything with a bone, but this, with no fat, to make a pork tenderloin is amazing. It tastes so good. But you got to do it my way. And you got to do the potatoes and the sauerkraut, because the sauerkraut gives it flavor too, on top of the seasonings you do. It gives it that flavor. And it's German style. Let's just call it that. It's a German style recipe. I created it myself. It's my recipe. It's mine. Let me see. Okay, shrimp fried rice, chicken fried rice, chicken soup recipe, mofongo with shrimps. Oh, that is so good. Oh my God. So all of this, wow, this is old. Look at my counters. Whatever's on that plate goes into my fried rice. Chinese fried rice. Whatever's on that plate. Oh, I see it now. So you can see what I've got on the side. And I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's the stuff in the pan. Oh, I'm getting hungry just looking at this. I am a really, 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 really good cook. There's the shrimps being made on the side. And it's being stir-fried in with those vegetables. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. And then I put the white rice in. That's already been cooked and cooled. I'm adding soy sauce, stirring it all up. Adding in the green. What's going on? Hold on, I'm live. I'm gonna mute.
anything going on?
That's what I was going to ask you. Anything? Nothing on my end.
Nothing. It's all quiet on the Western Front.
It's all quiet here. I haven't heard anything about
The only
UAPs.
thing that came out was they did a piece on Rendlesham. I'll send it to you just so you can watch it. It's a video. Somebody put it out on Saturday. I know who the guy did. It's just interviews. You might even have been in on one or two of the interviews that was done through Phenomenal Radio. So they put together a whole thing of all the different people.
Who was it?
His name's Richard Thompson out of the out of UK. He's out of Scotland. He just took a bunch of interviews, people that did interviews that have never really been talked about. He just did all that.
Oh, definitely send that to me. I want to see that.
All right, I'll send it to you, man. Go back to your cooking show.
And thank you.
No problem. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Next year.
All righty. Bye. That's John Burroughs. I had to mute because that's like obviously private conversation. Business. Anything else going on? I knew it. I said it. This whole talk between Zelensky and the president yesterday. Russia again appears to throw cold water on hopes for a Ukrainian peace deal. I called it. I called it. Ma, stop. I'm live. You can't talk like that. But you can. I'm live on a certain platform. You can't do that. All right. The Kremlin vowed Monday to ramp up hostilities on Ukraine in response to what it alleged as a T attack on Putin's property, just a day after President Trump said he was close to producing a deal that would bring peace to the region. It was clear Monday that very little has changed as the war, both on the battlefield and the information space, raged on. Yuri Ushakov, a top Putin aide, said Monday that an alleged Ukrainian drone strike on the Russian president would trigger the most serious response. He also said Putin informed Trump of the attack by phone Monday morning. I wonder if that was truly an attack or they staged it to make it look. He told reporters at Mar-a-Lago he heard about the attack but didn't know the details, that would be too bad. That would not be too good. Asked a second time, the president sounded more credulous, stating that he was angry about any offensive attack by Ukraine that would jeopardize the peace talk. That is bullshit. I would not doubt that Putin staged this. I would not doubt it at all. Zelensky, intent on getting Trump to see Putin as a primary impediment on peace, called the Kremlin's allegation of a strike on the Russian leader's residence a complete fabrication intended to justify additional attacks against Ukraine, just like I said, including Kyiv, as well as Russia's own refusal to take necessary steps to end the war. Blasting the typical lying tactics of the Russians, Zelensky noted that Moscow has already struck Kyiv, including the building of the cabinet and ministers of Ukraine. Ukraine does not take steps that could weaken diplomacy. Russia always takes such steps. This is one of many things that sets us apart. I knew it. I would not doubt that Putin staged that and set that up so he has a reason not to stop the war. I called it. I called it this morning. And here's that economic zone I was talking about. The area is a particular interest to Russia as capturing the last land parcel would give the Kremlin control of Ukrainian trenches. Zelensky has agreed to either keep the area Ukrainian or make the land a demilitarized free economic zone, but Russia has continued to insist the land would be ultimately Russia's. That insistence has continued even after the meeting. Putin spokesman told reporters Monday, of course, the full transfer of Donbass to Russia is needed as part of a peace deal, to which the Kremlin would agree. The total control of Donbass by Russia has been a non-starter for Ukraine. So here it is. He said the Russian aide to Putin said, Peskov on Monday capitalized on Trump's views. Ukraine is losing lands and will lose them further. So he's talking points of what the president said. an official from Europe. It's good they seem to a bit closer, but listening to Trump go on and on about how he understands Putin and how he wants Ukraine to succeed, it's beyond naive. And that's actually the thing that's preventing progress. Until Trump stops eating out of Putin's hand and applying a real pressure, he has no reason to really negotiate. And that is so true. And on X, Zelensky said, together with the Americans, we share a single position. The war must be ended through diplomacy, and Russia must be pressed into it. Otherwise, the war will continue. So there it goes. Down the drain. Gone. Just like that. So predictable. Bye-bye peace deal. Because Putin is saying that his place was attacked by Ukraine. That is bullshit. That is such staged. It is such propaganda. But the Russian lovers will say, yep, look what Ukraine did to blow the peace deal. Because they believe Putin. Because their president believes Putin. And I say they, you know who I'm talking about, who they is. Oh my God. The Mr. KGB is not a fool. The man is brilliant as far as that's concerned. Putin is not a fool. Putin is quite intelligent. Putin is Mr. KGB. He knows how to manipulate, play, pull strings. This is sad. It's really sad. Definitely sad for the Ukrainians. But it's sad that we have, and this is supposed to be a person that has strength. This is the most weakest thing I've ever seen, that the U.S. has played the role on a world stage. This is so weak. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. And people praise it. It's pathetic. The United States looks weak. The United States looks like a paper tiger. Do you not realize that? This back and forth going on for so long. But we don't want no wars. Well, China's taking Taiwan this coming year. That's one. Taiwan is being taken by China in 2026. They see opportunity. They had war games today and tomorrow. They are encircling Taiwan right now. Right now. It's happening at this moment. Alexa, is China currently doing war games, drills around Taiwan?
Yes, China is currently conducting live fire drills around Taiwan.
Live fire.
The exercises, called Justice Mission 2025, involve troops, warships, fighter jets, and artillery, with 7 zones designated for the drills.
Is that not a warning sign? Is that bluster? Or is that a downright show of force? Like, you want to start with us?
China's live fire drills around Taiwan are both a warning and a show of force. They're simulating a blockade of key ports and testing joint operations capabilities, signaling Beijing's growing military capabilities and resolve to prevent Taiwan independence.
Alexa, stop. All this talk, Taiwan is going to fall under Biden. It's going to fall. It's going to go. Because Biden is weak. What do you say now? Those same people, what do you say now? It's not our place. It's not our problem. Let them take it, right? That's what you'd hear. It's not an America First thing. Venezuela is. I told you the stats. All those things that were said are absolute bullshit. Almost all the fentanyl comes from Mexico. 0 comes from Venezuela. That's 1. Most of the cocaine that they use to transport through Venezuela goes to Europe. The boats weren't heading toward the United States North. They were heading south to go to ports to go to Europe and Africa. Alexa, how much supply of fentanyl does Mexico supply?
Mexico is the primary source of illicit fentanyl entering the U.S. The DEA reports that Mexican cartels, particularly Sinaloa and Jalisco, are the main producers.
And what about Venezuela?
Venezuela plays a minimal role in fentanyl supply. The DEA reports that fentanyl primarily comes from Mexico, with precursors from China and India. Venezuela is mainly a transit hub for cocaine, not fentanyl.
And where does that cocaine come from? Colombia.
Yep, Colombia is the world's largest cocaine producer. Coca cultivation and initial processing occur primarily in Latin America, especially in the Andes regions of Bolivia, Peru, and Colombia. The coca cultivation is concentrated in the Andes of South America, particularly in Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. This is the world's only source region for coca.
And where does Venezuela transport the majority of these drugs to?
Venezuela primarily transports cocaine to Europe. About 90% of drugs from Venezuela are destined for European markets, with smaller amounts going to the U.S.
So when he says 90% of the boats, it's not going to the United States. It's 90% going to Europe. He's got that wrong. It's not 90% coming here. It's 90%.
Actually, the information is correct. About 90% of Venezuela's exported cocaine does go to Europe, not the United States.
There's something wrong there. So the number might be right, 90, but it's not coming to the United States. It's going to Europe. Oh my God. And most of the fentanyl, do you realize how much fentanyl goes not under tunnels? It crosses over the border on trucks through customs. Can you believe that? Ma, stop it. Alexa, what is the main transport of fentanyl to the United States?
Mexico is now the main source of illicit fentanyl entering the U.S. Precursor chemicals from China are smuggled into Mexico, where they're processed into fentanyl by criminal organizations before being trafficked across the border.
And how are they trafficked?
Fentanyl is primarily smuggled through legal ports of entry in passenger vehicles, commercial trucks, and by pedestrians. Traffickers hide the drug in secret compartments, mixed cargo, or on their person.
Alexa, stop. I just said that. It's through transport vehicles, trucks, vehicles. That's where the fentanyl's coming through. Through our own customs.
You're right. I apologize for repeating that. Would you like to know about other methods of fentanyl trafficking?
No. So the facts are totally wrong. Totally. We have been misled completely on this whole scenario. Completely. The American public has been misled. It comes through Mexico, mostly fentanyl on trucks going through customs, hidden. That is a fact. It's been a fact for a long time. So what you really should be paying attention to is what's going on the border, not over the fence, not in tunnels, but coming through the freaking ports. And it sure isn't Venezuela. It's Mexico. But Mexico, it's not about that necessarily. It's about the oil. Alexa, what was the loss of investment by U.S. oil companies in Venezuela?
Chevron recently lowered Venezuelan crude prices after a sanctioned oil tanker seizure. Venezuelan exports to the U.S. dropped to 140,000 barrels daily in April 2025, down from 200,000 in March.
Who are the major oil companies that were invested in Venezuela?
Major U.S. oil companies in Venezuela included ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, and Chevron. These companies faced expropriation and sanctions over the years.
And is anyone in the current administration tied to these companies?
"17 White House aides hold up to $2.25 million in big oil stocks, including Chevron, Exxon, and ConocoPhillips.
So they get to gain if we were to take the oil back in Venezuela.
Yes, White House aides with oil stock holdings could potentially benefit financially if the U.S. reclaimed Venezuelan oil assets, creating a conflict of interest. Would you like to know more about the specific companies involved?
Yes.
White House aides hold stocks in ExxonMobil, Chevron, and pipeline companies like Enterprise Products Partners and Eaton Corporation. Some aides also have investments in Royal Dutch Shell and Valero Energy.
Valero's the Venezuelan company, right?
The Venezuelan state oil company is Petróleos de Venezuela S.A. or PDVSA for short.
Alexa, stop. So there are personal people in this White House that have stock in the oil companies that lost out in Venezuela. This is about the oil. It's not about the drugs. It's about the oil. It doesn't add up. This is about the oil. And people need to wake up and realize what's the true issue here. All this talk, it's about drugs and cartels and taking out the boats. Those drugs aren't even bound for the United States. They go mostly to Europe, 90% of it coming from Colombia, Peru, Bolivia. Venezuela is the transport that goes to Europe. Mexico is the vast majority of fentanyl coming into the United States through transport, trucks, vehicles, over the border. Those are the facts, not the bullshit that we're told. So you can believe what you want to believe, but the facts speak for themselves. But we're to be convinced it's about drugs. False. And he even says, we want our land back. We want our oil back in Venezuela. He's talking about Exxon and all these other companies that had those contracts. And there are people in our administration that have stock in those companies and would love to get that back. It's going to make them richer. 17 people in the current administration have investment in these oil companies. And another thing he said today, I got all the hostages back from Hamas. Wrong. Biden got 138. Wrong. He said Biden did none. That's blatant lie. Alexa, how many hostages did the Biden administration get back from Hamas?
The Biden administration helped broker deals that secured the release of 138 hostages from Hamas.
And how much has President Trump done?
President Trump recently brokered a deal that secured the release of 47 hostages from Hamas in October 2025.
But he did them all.
President Trump brokered a deal that secured the release of all 48 remaining living Israeli hostages from Hamas in October 2025, plus the remains of deceased hostages.
So who got more hostages back, Biden or Trump?
Biden secured 138 hostages during his term, while Trump recently secured 47 in October 2025.
But the president said today that the Biden administration did none.
Based on the latest information, President Biden secured around 140 hostages during his term, while President Trump recently secured the release of the remaining 48 living hostages in October 2025.
Something's not right there.
I understand your concern. Let me clarify. Biden's administration secured 138 hostages through 2 deals, while Trump's recent October 2025 deal secured 47 hostages, bringing the total release to 171.
And that does not include the unalived ones, right?
The total of 171 includes both living and deceased hostages. Trump's deal in October 2025 secured the release of 20 living hostages and 27 deceased ones, with one body still pending identification.
So that was another lie.
I understand your frustration. Let me clarify.
Alexa,
what
stop. He said that today in front of Netanyahu before they went into the meeting. And people believe it. Because nobody there is fact-checking. And I was right. Most of the questions that was asked about Iran, I haven't seen what happened after the meeting. Most of the valid questions concerning Iran came from foreign reporters, because our reporters don't ask those tough questions. Because, it's the lollipop press corps that is specifically chosen to ask lollipop-type questions. The majority of them. Because they control that. The White House press corps. They don't want people to ask legitimate, tough questions. They've been thrown out. Does anybody see what's going on here? It's just craziness. And look, everybody was all happy yesterday with the peace talks, and look what happened today. It's gone. It's done. Ukraine, Russia, he's claiming that Ukraine attacked Putin's residential.
That's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's staged.
I saw it.
It's staged because they want to make Ukraine look like they broke the deal.
Yes.
Putin is not an idiot. He's doing it because he's not agreeing to any peace deal, folks. He's not agreeing to any peace deal. He wants more. He's playing this along. He's just playing the game.
He had a nuclear bomb. He could get rid of everyone. That's what this bitch said.
And it's either embarrassing to what's going on, because it looks like all talk, no action, because this person, for some reason, just eats out of Putin's hand. There's something. I don't know what it is, but this is ridiculous. Alexa, how many Americans in a poll support Ukraine?
68% of Americans sympathize with Ukraine, according to the latest poll in October 2025.
Alexa, stop. You know what the other 32 is, right? That's MAGA. Hardcore. That's who that is. Because they watch their podcasts. Also, all of a sudden, Russia's our best friend. We love Russia. Ukraine is corrupt. They have a history of German sympathizing, I don't want to say the word.
Ukraine are being victims.
This is what they believe in.
Ukraine people
It is total Russian propaganda that they fed and they believe.
and they let the Ukraine people die. The old people, they don't have food, they don't have nothing.
Meanwhile,
I said that for
in reality terms,
food for them.
Putin,
From the,
Ma, stop, I'm live.
and I'm not a Ukrainian.
Putin eliminates his opposition. The oligarchs control pretty much everything under Putin. You want to talk about fair and free elections. Does that exist in Russia? And we're going to talk about Ukraine? People are poisoned and worse by Russia? Or jailed, sent to Siberia somewhere for the rest of their lives? Or become unalived in the custody of while in prison? In the gulag? Are you kidding me? And this is all of a sudden our friend? What's wrong with people?
Most of the people.
Remember, 20,000 Ukrainian children were taken back into Russian territory. 20,000. Stop, Ma. 20,000. That's a war crime. Alexa, have 20,000 children been taken from Ukraine back into Russia, and is that a war crime?
Yes, nearly 20,000 Ukrainian children have been forcibly transferred to Russia. This is considered a war crime by the United Nations, an international criminal court.
But remember, the United Nations is not recognized because those that it's a paper tiger. It's useless to me. The UN is useless. Personally, it's useless. But because of certain narratives, it's even more useless. Because nobody's going to stand up to what's going on. So lie after lie after lie today. And I saw I played it here live. What he was saying out of his mouth were lies. Biden didn't get all the hostages back from Gaza, Hamas. He said Biden did none. Biden did 138. How many has he done? That was that was definitely BS. About the drugs, 90% come from Venezuela. That's a lie. Actually, 90% that transports through Venezuela goes to Europe. The vast majority of fentanyl comes from Mexico. We know cocaine comes from Peru, Colombia, Bolivia. And it's transported through Venezuela. Venezuela is the transport of these. But most of it goes to Europe. Not here. Fentanyl comes mostly through transport vehicles over the border. Trucks, vehicles. Most of the fentanyl comes right across the border. Not through tunnels, not over the fence thrown, through transport vehicles.
Tell the girl.
What is going on?
Well, tell them that right now we're all going through this. People call and it's a scam.
17 current administration officials are invested in the oil. Exxon, Chevron, and there was another one that had those investments in Venezuela. They have stock in it. It's all about the oil. Yeah. And he even said so. We want the land back. We want the oil back. It's blatantly obvious. This has nothing to do with taking out boats and all that nonsense that's stopping drugs from coming into the country. They're not even coming this way. It's all, no, I don't actually. It's all a cover for the oil. And remember, China, flag for misinformation? That's not true. TikTok. Want me to play Alexa? You want me to put up stuff on the screen? That platform is friendly to certain things now. What is she doing? There's nothing here. I have to make them. There's nothing here. There's not even a little. I have to do it. I'm going to get off soon to eat. Okay. Oh my God, I can't even be live. Do you believe this? Anyway, Alexa, how is fentanyl transported into the United States?
Fentanyl is primarily smuggled from Mexico through legal ports of entry, often hidden in passenger vehicles, commercial trucks, or carried by pedestrians. It's also mixed with other drugs to create counterfeit pills.
Mexico. Alexa, who is responsible for the vast amount of cocaine that comes into the United States?
Mexican and Colombian drug cartels are primarily responsible for smuggling cocaine into the U.S. These cartels operate complex networks through Mexico and Central America, with some routes shifting to Guatemala and Honduras due to Mexican government crackdowns.
What about Venezuela?
Venezuela is a transit country for cocaine, but plays a minor role compared to other routes. About 10 to 13% of global cocaine supply moves through Venezuela annually, while most cocaine comes from Colombia and is trafficked through Mexico and Central America.
Where do most of the drugs that flow through Venezuela end up?
Most drugs trafficked through Venezuela end up in Europe. Cocaine is the primary drug, with about 90% of Venezuela's drug exports destined for European markets.
Yeah, there's that 90 number. There's that 90, but it's not coming here. It's going over there.
Right, that's the key statistic.
When does China end their war games around Taiwan?
China's war games around Taiwan, called Justice Mission 2025, are currently ongoing. Live fire exercises are scheduled for Tuesday, with 5 zones around Taiwan under restrictions for 10 hours from 8 a.m.
And what is being used in this war drill?
I'm not sure what you're asking about. Could you clarify what you mean?
What is China using for their war drill around Taiwan?
China is using destroyers, frigates, fighters, bombers, drones, and long-range missiles in their Just Mission 2025 drills around Taiwan.
That's going on right now. As we speak.
Yes, the drills are currently ongoing. China's military is actively using these assets in the Justice Mission 2025 exercises around Taiwan as we speak.
Alexa, stop. That's what's going on. And this is scary. There's probably a high likelihood, I'll say it one more time before I get off, Taiwan will be taken by China in 2026. It's a high probability that that's going to occur. They're not messing around. And they know that a war is not going to be started over this by our president. You think he's going to go to war with China? I don't think so. And you know what they'll say. It's not our problem. It's not our war. Taiwan is pretty much, you could say it, gone. And like I said, he said it today during that press briefing before he went into the meeting with Netanyahu. If they need to go into Iran again to attack the missile facilities, it was a yes. And if it was nuclear, he said immediately. So he said yes about doing another preemptive if they find evidence that they're building up their missile program, which they are. He said yes to that. And when it came to the nuclear question, he said immediately. So Israel's like, that gives me a green light. Because Israel definitely wants to go in the next few months and do another preemptive in Iran. That's going to happen by spring. Now, everything I'm saying is speculation. I hope I'm wrong. But it sure looks like it's going to happen. This isn't like the things that were said in the past by podcasters and clickbaiters and all the other stuff, the conspiracy people. No, this is actually stuff that's going on. Look it up yourselves. Do the research. The Iranian president a few days ago says we're in an all-out war with the United States, Europe, and Israel. Do you know what happened in Iran this past weekend in Tehran? The massive protests by the people? They were going on strike. There's a lot of uprising going on right now by the people in Iran. And the president of Iran said, we cannot allow them to cause us to have internal issues. Because they know what's going on in Iran. The people are not happy in Iran. They're suffering economically, water supply, you name it. So they had to make that statement. They're going to deflect from what's going on in their homeland to something else. And that's scary. So pay attention. That's my thing. And don't be biased from a political perspective. Look at things objectively with open eyes and look around and see what's really going on. Not based if you're a red, blue, purple, doesn't matter. Look what's really going on. That's my best advice. This is not a partisan issue. And it shouldn't be. Just look at what's going on. And this has to do with a global environment. Forget about what's happening domestically. That's a whole different story. I'm talking about foreign policy and possible areas of conflict and concern. The Middle East, South China Sea, Taiwan. You never keep your eye off of Kim Jong Fatty in North Korea. The Ukraine-Russia thing there's really, I see no end in sight with that, sadly. Look what Putin did today. There's going to be and I hate to say it, I hope I'm wrong, there's going to be a massive strike in Ukraine tonight or tomorrow night. Kyiv is going to be the target. Let's see if I'm wrong. Because they're putting this stuff out now that his residence was attacked by Ukraine today. The day after Zelensky meets with the president, Putin's coming out and saying his aide says that they just attacked. That's a stage. That's bullshit. That's propaganda. Because Putin doesn't want to end the war. How many signs can you get that somebody wakes up and realizes Putin's not going to agree to any deal? No matter how many concessions you give him, it's not good enough. When did somebody wake up and realize that? That you're being played and you've been played all year? And remember, 17 administration people right now are invested in oil companies that had business in Venezuela. And they will gain a lot of money if they go into Venezuela again. Remember that. Alexa, how many current administration officials are invested in the oil companies that were involved with Venezuela?
There's no specific information available about current administration officials' financial interests in Venezuelan oil companies.
That's not Venezuelan oil companies, American companies that were invested in Venezuela.
There's no specific
Alexa,
information
stop.
available.
Alexa, are there 17 current administration officials that have stock in U.S. oil companies that had business in Venezuela? No answer? Alexa, are there 17 current administration officials that have stock in U.S. oil companies?
Yes, 17 White House staffers reported holding between $820,036 and $2.25 million in big oil stocks as of July 2025.
And were these companies involved in Venezuelan oil?
Yes, Chevron is currently operating in Venezuela under special conditions allowed by the Trump administration, producing around 200,000 barrels of oil per day.
What are the other companies invested in Venezuela? U.S. companies.
Historically, Exxon, ConocoPhillips, Halliburton, and other U.S. oil companies operated in Venezuela, but most have since withdrawn due to nationalization and sanctions.
What would they gain if we were to obtain Venezuelan oil again? It's answering her now. Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop. It's playing. She's doing it now. She's messing up Alexa. Alexa, if the United States was to regain control of Venezuelan assets, what would that be to gain?
If the U.S. were to regain control of Venezuelan assets, it would likely lead to significant geopolitical tensions and potential economic impacts. This scenario involves complex legal and international relations considerations, including Venezuela's sovereignty and existing international agreements.
But what would be gained by the U.S. oil companies if they were to get back into Venezuela?
U.S. oil companies could gain access to cost-effective heavy crude, boosting refining margins by up to $3 per barrel. Chevron and other majors could revitalize joint ventures and regain market share in Venezuela's oil sector.
And there are 17 current White House officials that are invested in these companies?
While many Trump administration officials have fossil fuel industry ties, there's no specific confirmation of 17 current White House officials invested in oil companies. However, recent reports indicate dozens of officials with connections to the sector.
I'll say it again. Are there 17 current White House staff that are invested in Chevron, Exxon, oil companies? Close the door. She's confusing it. The point is, Alexa, stop. The point is, there are current administration officials that are invested in stock with these oil companies that were once invested in Venezuela. And they have a lot to gain if we go back into Venezuela. Because remember, it's not about the drugs, it's about the oil. And I've been talking about it now for a half hour. Most of the fentanyl, if not the vast majority, comes from Mexico through ports of entry on transport vehicles. That's one. Not through tunnels, not through boats. It comes through transport vehicles, trucks, cars, etc. Through the border. That's one. Cocaine, most of it, if not the vast majority, of course, comes from where it's produced. Colombia, Peru, Bolivia. And the vast majority of the drugs that go out of Venezuela, 90% of it heads to Europe, not the United States. To be clear. Look up the statistics. Look up the data. What you believe what he says over what the evidence is? Look it up yourselves. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. That's why you got to be careful when you believe a politician, everything they say. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. That's what I would say. This is about the oil. He even said it himself. We want the land back. We want the oil back in Venezuela. That's the real goal here. And like he said today live, and I covered it, he's responsible for bringing all the hostages back from Gaza, Hamas. That was just so blatantly ridiculous. I can't even believe he said that. Biden did 138. What's he talking about? It's Putin. This is what happened today after yesterday. Putin's playing him like a freaking fiddle. Russian officials, including President Putin, have claimed that Ukraine conducted a drone strike on one of his residences, which Ukraine has denied, calling the allegations of fabrications to undermine peace talks. The situation has led Russia to considering a revision of its negotiation position regarding ongoing discussions with the U.S. and Ukraine. This is today. China is doing war games right now and tomorrow, live drills around Taiwan. Bye-bye Taiwan in 2026. This is what's happening. Israel's preparing probably by spring to hit Iran again. Taiwan's going to go bye-bye. The war is not going to stop in Ukraine, Russia, because Putin doesn't want that. That's what's going on. It's a shit show. And that's why, support is dwindling. Badly. Of course, the MAGA base loves it, but that represents what, 35% of the country? Not good enough. Alexa, how many people in the United States support Ukraine?
The United States population is 347
That's not
million
what I asked.
people.
What is the support of Ukraine by the American people?
Recent polls show strong American support for Ukraine, with 62% of Americans sympathizing more with Ukraine than Russia.
And
Would you
actually,
like to know more about how this support is
toxic,
expressed?
that is actually false, because if by the minerals deal that we signed with Ukraine, and Russia currently occupies 12.4 trillion, it would create less dependence on China for rare earth elements. Do you know how much the land is occupied right now by Russia worth? 12.4 trillion. 12.4 trillion in resources. Oil, gas, coal, rare earth, etc. That would eliminate our dependency. Alexa, how much does China control of the world market of rare earth element?
China controls about 70% of global rare earth mining and 90% of refining. This dominance extends to 98% of magnet manufacturing, which is crucial for many high-tech industries.
And is the minerals deal that the United States signed with Ukraine a vital national security interest to the United States?
The U.S.-Ukraine mineral agreement is indeed a vital national security interest. It provides the U.S. access to critical minerals like titanium, lithium, and rare earth elements, reducing dependence on China and strengthening Ukraine's defense against Russia through a joint reconstruction fund.
And do American companies have preferential access to this mining?
Yes, American companies do have preferential access. The US Ukraine agreement allows US firms to gain priority in new Ukrainian mineral deals, while Ukraine retains control over its existing projects and natural resources.
How much of the profits would United States companies gain?
Under the US Ukraine minerals deal, US companies would gain 50% of the profits from new Ukrainian natural resource
50%.
projects. This revenue sharing applies only to new investments, not existing projects.
I gotta make them, Mom.
Just do it now.
And it's the current occupied territory that Russia occupies worth 12.4 trillion in resources. Alexa, does Russia currently occupy in Ukraine 12.4 trillion in resources?
Yes, Russia currently occupies Ukrainian territory with mineral resources valued at $12.4 trillion.
And
This includes critical rare earth elements and other valuable minerals.
And how is the Russian economy doing right now?
Russia's economy is facing significant challenges. GDP growth has slowed to 0.6% in Q3 2025, down from 4.5% in late 2024. The IMF projects just 0.9% growth for 2025, with oil and gas revenues falling 22% this year.
So really, we're going to rebuild Russia's economy if they get that occupied territory.
Russia's control of occupied Ukrainian territory doesn't guarantee economic recovery. The sanctions, war costs, and international isolation continue to strain Russia's economy. While the mineral resources are valuable, exploiting them effectively under current conditions remains challenging.
But it can be done. Incredible.
Russia's economy is strained, with GDP growth slowing to 2% in 2025. While the occupied territories hold valuable resources, exploiting them effectively remains challenging due to ongoing sanctions and war costs.
Do U.S. taxpayers have to pay for any military support to Ukraine if they can pay it out of their resources?
U.S. taxpayers currently fund military support to Ukraine through congressional appropriations. The minerals deal you mentioned focuses on resource revenue sharing, not military funding.
But can Ukraine foot the bill on their half if the minerals deal were to succeed?
Ukraine would contribute 50% of revenues from new mineral projects to the joint fund. This covers their share, but it's tied to future resource extraction success.
Could they use that money to pay off for military support from the United States? Of course they can.
The minerals deal doesn't directly pay for military support. Instead, it creates a joint fund for future aid and reconstruction, with Ukraine's 50% contribution coming from new mineral revenues.
The point is they can foot the bill themselves. It's trillions and trillions of dollars in resources.
Yes, Ukraine can use minerals deal revenues to help fund military support. The agreement allows Ukraine's 50% contribution from new mineral revenues to be used for defense procurement through the joint fund.
Oh, so it does.
Exactly right. Ukraine can use those revenues to help fund their defense.
We're not talking millions or billions. We're talking trillions. Trillions.
You're absolutely right. We're talking about a staggering $12.4 trillion in occupied Ukrainian resources. That's enough to potentially transform the economic landscape of the region.
That's part of the problem right there. How much does Europe depend on Ukraine for?
Absolutely. That's a key part of the economic challenge.
How much does the European nations depend on Ukraine for resources?
Ukraine supplies 7% of Europe's titanium and a third of its lithium. These are crucial for aerospace and battery production. Would you like to know more about specific minerals?
No, I want to know more. What about oil, gas, and coal?
Europe relies on Ukraine mainly for gas transit, not direct supply. Ukraine's own oil and coal production has significantly decreased due to the war. Europe is now shifting away from Russian energy, with plans to ban all Russian gas imports by 2027.
So it is a mess. It is just a mess. It is a freaking mess. But it looks
That's
like...
putting it mildly, Bill. You've got Europe scrambling to replace Russian energy, Ukraine sitting on trillions in resources that Russia's occupying, and everyone trying to figure out who pays for what while the whole energy landscape gets reshuffled.
Crazy. No, they don't
Absolutely
have... See,
bonkers.
here's a stupid...
The whole situation is
this
like
is a
a
stupid
geopolitical
comment,
game
actually.
now, where
Toxic
everyone's
says,
playing blocks while the towers
well, they
are
don't
flying.
currently have it, but the United States will invest because they're getting 50% of profits of all future mining of anything. Oil, gas, coal, minerals, rare earth, they get everything. U.S. companies go in and do the investing. And we get 50%. That is incredible economic boon for the United States, if it were to happen. Right now, it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, we made a side deal with Russia that if there is an economic zone made, that occupied territory, we get access to. So not only do we have a minerals deal in place with Ukraine, now we got a little side deal with Russia. If they get that territory, we get access to it. That's more recent. Which is a smart move. Which is a smart move. How much do they owe us for everything we have given them? Was it a loan? Or did the United States, under the Biden administration, decide just to give those billions in dollars worth? But now, they don't owe us nothing. That was like a gimme. That was congressional. That's not the president. That was Congress. They owe us nothing. Alexa, does Ukraine owe us any money on past military support by the United States?
No, Ukraine doesn't owe us money for the military support.
No.
Most of the $175 billion we've allocated is either donations or old equipment we were already looking to replace anyway.
Now that I don't necessarily buy that. And the EU definitely needs to step up and pay their part.
Fair enough to be skeptical. Here's the real deal. Most of that aid isn't cash we're handing over. It's old equipment we were going to replace anyway, plus contracts to American companies to build new stuff for our own stockpiles. Only about $51 billion actually went to Ukraine's government as direct support, while the rest stayed in our economy-boosting defense contractors.
That part is true because he states it all the time, we're rebuilding our stockpile. That's kind of... But they're so corrupt. But it's funny how people say...
Exactly right, Phil.
Ukraine is...
That's been a consistent talking
It's
point.
funny
We're
how...
essentially
Alexa,
making
stop.
Ukraine-
It's funny how people say Ukraine is full of criminals, but Russia's not, with the oligarchs and Putin at the top. It's so funny how people try to create some kind of an even keel there. Of Ukraine is corrupt. There's no doubt. But look at Russia. Russia's not corrupt. Tell me a place that's not corrupt. I was talking to a Ukrainian soldier, and he told me how bad it was. He told me how corrupt. You know what he told me? Don't send anything here. They're keeping it in their pockets. He told me that personally. A few months ago. A Ukrainian soldier that I was talking to. So hell yeah, they're corrupt. There is no doubt about that. But so is Russia. I mean, are we going to say the pick of the two lesser You know what I mean? I can't say it because I'm on TikTok. It's a shit show. Plain and simple, it's a shit show. It's a mess. But I'm not, I mean, even with that going on, I'm more concerned about other things going on. Like I said, Taiwan is going bye-bye in 2026. If I had to bet money on it, it's going bye-bye. Israel is probably going to launch an attack on Iran by spring. Who knows what the hell's going to happen in Venezuela? And it probably won't stop in Venezuela. It's probably going to move on to other areas. Now, see, for me, personally, I would go after Mexico. Hard. Hard. That's the one that we should really be targeting. Mexico. Because that's where the vast majority of fentanyl comes from, is Mexico. I would go after Mexico hard. I'm all for it. Definite. A lot of people may not like that, but I would definitely go after those cartels. If you can go after like cartels anywhere, well, Mexico's a good place to start. That's what I would do. I've been saying that for years in private conversations with people. Why don't we just go and do what we got to do in Mexico? But then somebody that's in the military background said, Bill, it's not that easy. Because they're hiding in civilian places and it's going to be hard to do tactically. You would have to get boots on the ground. We're not going to do that. So the cartels and the Mexican government, I got to be careful because I'm on TikTok. You want to talk about corruption? Oh my gosh. So it's a mess. Our own backyard is a mess. We need to clean up. Because China's influence, Iran's influence, Russia's influence, South America, big time. We need to clean our backyard up. And I'm all for it. All for it. Yes, Julian. And remember, the MAGA base are dug in by the MAGA narratives. The Democrats are dug in to their narratives. You know, it's hard to distinguish what is what. Because you hear, you know, both sides. You know, you hear. It's hard to stay objective in the middle without being partisan. Dug in. Because you're rah-rah for this or rah-rah for that. It's hard to be objective. Because on one side, you know, this man is the worst thing ever. On the other side, he's a prophet. It's so extreme in the way things are. So it's hard to come somewhere in the middle and look at this more objectively. It's really difficult. But that's probably why they're going to lose the House in 2026. Not just, forget about foreign policy, what's going on here. It's just crazy. If I had to bet, they're going to lose the House. They'll probably keep the Senate because the ones that are at risk are still in deep red. I don't see them losing the Senate. I definitely see them losing the House, which makes him a lame duck for 2 years because nothing's going to get done. And then the idiots on the one side, you know what they're going to end up doing? Try to do impeachments and all this other stuff. The same nonsense all over again. Do they not learn? Do the Democrats not learn from what they've done? My God, it's going to start all over again. It's just like a circle. It's craziness. But it all depends what happens in the next few months. Remember, when people's rates go up and people don't sign up for insurance, less in the marketplace, that affects everyone. Why? Because now the insurance companies are losing that money. They're going to raise premiums on everyone else. They're not going to take the loss. Those premiums are going to come up for everyone. So it's going to affect everyone. Like I said earlier, my insurance for this house and car went up by $2,000 for 2026. It's the most ever in memory. $2,000 for the year. Utility bills are going up. I would like to see where $1.99 gas is, because I went to get gas yesterday. Regular is $2.89, which is where it's been for quite some time. Forget about food. I mean, really? So unless something happens really quick, there's a change, it ain't looking good for 2026 for the house at all. So a lot is in flux here. A lot can happen. We just got to see how this all plays out. There's still 11 months till that happens in November. But right now, that shit don't look good. At all. And if I and I'm going to be honest, if I had to pick a person for 2028 for president, you know who I'd pick? You're not going to believe it. No, it's not J.D. Vance. No, it's not Gavin Newsom. It's Marco Rubio. I would go with Marco Rubio. Young, has stature. He's composed. He's definitely seasoned. If I had to lean right now, today, I like Rubio. That's just me, though. I think Marco Rubio could be a good president. I honestly do. Because he's level-headed. You hardly ever see him going off on a crazy tangent. I like Rubio. If I was to pick right now, I like Rubio. That's just my own opinion, though, of course. A lot can happen. I think it depends. Again, everything depends on the next 3 years. I mean, if things go really well, then J.D. Vance will be the one that stands out. And who knows? Maybe J.D. Vance would pick Rubio as his vice. I'm just speculating for that side. I don't know what the Democrats are going to do. I don't know what the heck they're going to do. But if I'm looking at the Republican ticket, it depends again. Is J.D. Vance at the top of the ticket, or is Rubio at the top of the ticket? I do not think DeSantis has a shot. I think it's between J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio to be your leading candidates on the Republican Party side. On the Democrat side, I would have to say Gavin Newsom, maybe Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, maybe the guy from Kentucky, the governor. Is his name Bashir? Andy Bashir? Something like that? Again, I'm being objective, looking at both sides. It's going to be interesting. Who knows? It's way too early to speculate. But if I go to this one thing, and I'm not a fan of this, and then I'm getting off because I am freaking hungry. And This is takes all the polls and puts them together. And I'm not a fan of polls. I'm just saying. This site compiles all of them and comes up with an average, whether they're left-leaning or right-leaning. Right now it says his job approval rating is at 43%. Some places you'll see it higher on TV, wherever you watch. Some places will show lower. Again, this takes the median number. Only 38% think the country is in the right direction. His favorability is -10. And then it goes into some other areas, like for congressional seats, and it's tight. And this is for the Senate. And both parties are looked at unfavorably. Almost even, unfavorably. And it has in North Carolina Senate, Cooper leading by 4.7. Ohio Senate, Husted is only leading by 1 point. These are Senate positions, key Senate. Vance has the vast majority of Republican support for 2028. I'm going to look at more. There's a lot of stuff here. It's a site that I go to once in a while just to see what they're saying. Yeah, those are like the main. I mean, these are ugly numbers right now. And again, this takes all the polls and lumps them. Over here, it has the different latest polls. And it's actually a little bit better. 40% on the last Rasmussen. But remember what Rasmussen is. Where is that coming from? Again, it's going to show you different polls from different sources. Like this one has right direction, 37% think we're heading in the right direction. And you could see the presidential nominees. Newsom is, I don't know how she's even in there at 30. That's just cray-cray. That's crazy. Look at where Shapiro and Bashir are. Are you kidding me? She's at 30%? Are you kidding? Come on. So it breaks it down. I see, look, Insider, this is a conservative. It has his approval at 50. So depending on the poll you look at, obviously, that's why I'm not a believer of polls, but this gives you a rough idea. The Gallup poll, 37% approve. Look at Congress, 17%. Again, Rasmussen. Rasmussen is more of a conservative outlet. So again, depending if you look at a liberal or a conservative, the numbers fluctuate. That's how it's done. Depending on where you get your numbers from. But that site takes all the numbers and crunches them and puts it into a median and then gives you the number. So one says 36, the other one says 50, it's 43. It takes all the numbers and compiles them and puts a median number, a middle number. They're not good. Regardless, they're not good. That's not even on the economy. So, depending. It's like, do I watch Fox News all day or do I watch CNN all day? Do I watch Newsmax all day or do I watch, what's it called now? MS something all day. It used to be MSNBC. I know they changed their name to something else. What do I watch all day? Where do I get my information from? And that's how basically it is. People are tuned into what they want to hear. Because that makes them more passionate and energized by what they're being told. It's like feeding the fire. It's but it's a passion. We're all passionate about things. But it also is based on where you get your information from. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Which networks are you watching? It's basically that. Oh, it's called MS what? MS Now? I wonder why they changed it to that. That's kind of odd, huh? Why that? Why? Why change it? I don't know. I don't understand that. But again, we just recently they did it. I don't watch TV much. I will say this, getting off topic because I'm going to get off and eat. Oh my God, it's 5:30 already. I watched it. Welcome to Derry. I really enjoyed watching that. Welcome to Derry. The last episode was freaking awesome. I was like, wow. The last two are powerful, but that was really good. Welcome to Derry. I enjoyed it. It was pretty wild. That whole thing. It was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. That's what I was binge watching lately. Stranger Things, I've done up to the last Christmas release episode. So I must have watched the first 7. The next one I think comes out New Year's Eve. It's all right. It's all right. I enjoyed it much more. But there's not like much that gets me to watch TV kind of deal. You know what I mean? There's stuff I have to catch up to. Like I love Reacher on Prime. I love Reacher. That is a good, if you like action, it's pretty good. Reacher. I can't wait for the next season, actually, because I'm all caught up. It's a good action series, Reacher. Again, in my opinion. Wow, I don't know if this is true. I'm not even going to repeat it because I don't want to get in trouble. I'm hearing a whole bunch of sirens in my house outside. That's fire, ambulance. Anyway, I'm going now because I'm going to go eat and relax. So anyone who's still watching, have a great rest of your afternoon, great night. Happy New Year. I will be streaming live, but not on those platforms. Only on TikTok. New Year's Eve. It will only be TikTok. So TikTokers that are watching right now, I'll be here for you for New Year's Eve. There's going to be music, all kinds of stuff. I can't do it on those. Maybe the Rumbler Nation channel, but I don't know. I think it might be TikTok exclusive. Yes, I got my supply, Nick. I got my supply. No apple juice till Wednesday night. We're gonna behave. Actually, like right now, I'm gonna have chili with white rice. Maybe watch the other episode of Stranger Things. And then probably take a power nap. And maybe be back later. I do want to see, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I would like to see what was said after the meeting between Netanyahu and the president. I'm very curious to see what was said. The only problem is, what news source do I go for that on the TV? Because I don't want to hear the spin. I just want to, maybe I'll go on YouTube on my TV and see if they have their post-press conference after the meeting, just to see what they said, specifically about Iran. That's what I want to see. What was said about Iran after that meeting. Because I think Netanyahu is looking for a green light. So we'll see. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but it could happen. Anyway, Nick, Kathy,